Welcome to the English news of Bình Phước Television, and with you now following are the highlights for today. Seminar discusses quality improvements to primary education. 19 Vietnamese Entrepreneurs Day celebrated in Bình Phước. President holds Agriculture Rural Development General Council delegation. Goal of 12 to 30 million visitors this year feasible for Vietnam. To prepare for the sixth session of the 15th National Assembly, Bình Phước National Assembly deputies held the conference on October 12 to receive socio-economic updates on the province and hear opinions regarding amendments to the land law.
The conference heard a report from the Provincial People's Committee on the implementation of Bình Phước Socio-Economic Development Plan in the first 9 months of 2023. The report identified obstacles facing the province and proposed appropriate measures to overcome the difficulties to complete local targets by the end of the year. According to the report, despite the difficulties, Bình Phước posted solid economic growth in the first 9 months. It has continually been among the top performers in investment attraction and developing trade and services. However, its public investment disbursement and state budget collections are still relatively low. Participants also spoke about shortcomings in local governance and made recommendations to the National Assembly, the government and ministries and central authorities to help Bình Phước overcome the challenges. They also asked lawmakers to amend laws in line with guidance documents, decrees, and circulars to avoid any misunderstandings when they are put into practice.
School mergers and the lack of functional study rooms and educational staff are among the challenges facing Bình Phước education sector. A seminar school held recently in the province to discuss primary education and address the problems.
According to seminar participants, the quality of Bình Phước primary education since implementing the 2018 General Education Program since the 2020-2021 academic year has gradually improved. Indeed, the quality has been higher than the average in the southeastern region and Vietnam as a whole. Still, participants acknowledged that a lack of functional study rooms, teachers, and educational staff, especially at schools in remote areas, has impeded the province's overall education quality. To overcome such shortcomings, the Bình Phước Department of Education and Training has directed its subordinates to be flexible in teaching activities and increase experiential learning sessions to make education more practical and relevant. At the seminar, Deputy Chairwoman of the Bình Phước Provincial People's Committee, Trần Tuyết Minh, assigned the Provincial Department of Education and Training to coordinate with relevant agencies to make prompt recommendations to the People's Committee so that it can properly allocate funds and human resources to address the challenges in local education.
The Bình Phước Young Entrepreneurs Association held the ceremony on October 12 to mark the 19th Vietnamese Entrepreneurs Day, October 30.
2023 is considered a year of recovery as enterprises in Bình Phước and the country at large enter a post-COVID recovery phase. To overcome the aftermath of the pandemic, Bình Phước business community has worked closely with local government to stabilize production. Local companies and the government have proactively transformed business models and improved governance capacity to better handle the ongoing volatilities. Thanks to their cooperation and determination, Bình Phước socio-economic development in the first 9 months of this year saw encouraging results. At the meeting, Chairman of the Bình Phước Young Entrepreneurs Association, Huỳnh Thanh Trung, shared his experience in operating his company. He also told participants about new policies from the local and central governments and voiced an expectation that the local business community will continue to work together and strengthen solidarity to nurture local young entrepreneurs.
President Võ Văn Thưởng hosted a reception for a delegation from the General Council of Agriculture and Rural Development of Vietnam on October 12.
President Thượng affirmed that the party state considered the development of agriculture, farmers and rural areas as a matter of strategic importance and highlighted the contributions that the agricultural sector and farmers have made to the country's achievements so far, especially in ensuring food security and earning a large amount of export revenue. He said that the Council should organize activities to support farmers, including those in vocational training, technology transfer, new-style rural area building, and promotion of the role of farmers in production. The Council should encourage engagement in the development of circular agricultural economy while promoting mutual support among farmers in production and product selling, he said.
The 11th ASEAN Ministerial Meeting on Disaster Management kicked off in Ha Long City in the northern province of Quảng Ninh on October 12.
In his opening remarks, Vietnamese Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Lê Minh Hoan stressed that despite being a dynamic and developing region in the world, ASEAN still has to confront various challenges due to climate change and natural disasters. He underlined joint efforts made by the ASEAN member countries in establishing and implementing cooperative mechanisms with visionary directions progressively strengthened and developed in order to address the challenges. The minister expressed his belief that the ASEAN member countries can collectively enhance their strength, overcome challenges related to climate change and natural disasters, and safeguard the hard-fought achievements over the years towards promoting prosperous development and safety within ASEAN.
Vietnam's consumer price index is projected to grow between 3.2% and 3.6% this year, the Ministry of Finance has said at a recent meeting of the Steering Committee on Price Management in Hanoi.
Meanwhile, the General Statistics Office forecast that the index, a main gauge of inflation, will expand from 3.3 to 3.6%. The State Bank of Vietnam said inflation is expected to rise about 3.4%. The Finance Ministry held that from now until the end of 2023, price management should be flexible to tame inflation for the whole year, in line with the government's target, and reduce pressure, thus facilitating inflation control in 2024. It also stressed the need to further roll out the monetary policy proactively, flexibly, and effectively in combination with the fiscal policy and other macro policies, manage exchange rates based on the situation, and control credit growth. Ministries, agencies, and localities should proactively review plans to adjust prices of state-managed goods and public services, the ministry said, noting that there needs to be a plan to minimize negative impacts of price adjustments on the poor and vulnerable groups.
Vietnam's tourism industry could achieve its goal of welcoming 12 to 30 million visitors by the end of the year, according to the Vietnam National Administration of Tourism.
Recently, Vietnam's more open visa policy has created favorable conditions to welcome foreign visitors. In addition, the Tourism Authority said Vietnam is undergoing a cultural revival, with all of its historical sites and heritages becoming assets that could be used to create unique tourism products, making them attractive to international tourists. According to the authority, Vietnam's tourism sector has recovered rapidly since the beginning of this year. Especially during July, August, and September, the country welcomed over 1 million foreigners each. In the first 9 months, foreign and domestic arrivals reached 8.9 million and 93.5 million, respectively, bringing in a revenue of some $22 billion. The Republic of Korea remained the biggest source of arrivals with roughly 2.6 million, or 29% of the total. In Europe, the top 3 markets were the UK with 187,000, France 155,000, and Germany 142,000. Meanwhile, the traditional Chinese market achieved a recovery rate of 28%.
That was 10 minutes of BPTV News. To rewatch this news, you can download BPTV Go or visit our website and YouTube channel. Thanks for staying with us and see you next time.